It has been 10 years since I first touched Chinese chess. 10 long years. And instead of going through some analysis of some games or talking about the techniques, I want to take a step back and focus on the life lessons that I learned from this game. So, if you're new here, hi, I'm XK, the Foolish Commander, where I teach Chinese chess through an English medium. So today I want to go through the 3 things that I learned from playing so much. The first one is to learn to love something, even though you're bad at it. Even though you're horrible, dog shit, you still love it. When I first started playing Chinese chess, I was bad. I had no coach. I didn't know. I was P3, come on, 9 years old. At that time, my parents don't even let me use my phone or whatnot. I wasn't competitive. I was just playing with I was competitive, but I was playing with my friends, They also had no idea. It's like all the neighborhood guys. And we just play every recess. And I lost. I lost 100 games. I think 100 games at the minimum before I won my first one. I just kept on losing. And when I say this, I do mean it. Losing hurts. Losing always hurts. There's no way losing doesn't hurt. If you're in a competition, losing hurts a lot. If you're playing against your friends, whatever that time was, I guess it was a matter of pride. I just kept on playing the same move, hoping that I can make a win, even though the move sucks. Yeah, but losing hurts a lot. It's just a bitter feeling inside you. Just for one example, I was playing in the Zhongyang Bay or Zhongyang Cup in 2022, where I lost in the 5th round. I was barely going to be top 15. Top 15, they get prizes, huh? So I was barely there. I was top 17. I lost that round. One round was all I needed to get top 15. I cried. I cried a lot at home. I really wanted to win. I really wanted to. Because, it's a competition and I want to push forward. But at no point did I ever hate the game. There's always going to be people better than you. There's always going to be people that are superior. I'm not Magnus Carlsen. I'm not some genius. I'm just a stubborn asshole that just wants to keep on pushing forward for Chinese chess. I just love the game itself in its entirety. There was a time where I started a new hobby, writing. Yes, I also write. And in my first draft, I think some people torn it apart. They just criticize everything. They just call it a primary school composition. I think I was like Sec 2, Sec 3. I'm not too sure. Not to say that, of course it hurts. The criticism always hurts. When you put your heart out there, and as a first time beginner author, I think it will always hurt a little. Because you put in so much effort and it's getting shattered on. But it's that sense of never giving up. You do it because you wanted to. I still play Xiangqi because I love it. I may not be the best. I do not need anybody else to tell me how good or bad I am. I think I'll just continue playing because I just love this game, or writing for that sense. And I think it just spreads out from there. Making videos, singing songs, whatever, it just spreads out from this intrinsic love. Sure, does it hurt? Yeah, of course. Feelings always hurts. It always hurts to not be as good at something. It always hurts to not excel. But do you look away? No. You're the improver. There's no way that you can tell me, oh, I suck at it, so I give up. Yeah, no shit you're gonna suck at it. It's your first time doing it. Why are you giving up at the first round? Come back in 1 year, 2 years. Maybe you don't have an affinity to it. Whatever. If you liked it, you can continue doing it. You can learn, right? There's no pressure for you to say, oh, but I didn't get it the first time. I'm going to give up and never have to play this thing ever again. Okay, well then don't. But if you truly love something, and you truly want to get good or hone your craft, go ahead. Push through this pain that everybody has to go through. You're not a genius? That's sad for you. If you're not a genius, this is the only way you can go. I know this. 10 years in Xiangqi, and I'm not even ranked in Chinese chess at all. I can't even say that I'm a average player. Average competitive player, I don't think so. But I think I'm above average in terms of the regular person. Now, moving on to my second point. I have a story to tell. This was my first secondary school competition. I was playing, this was Chatgpting, and I was playing for my previous school. And this was the second round where I was against, so there was two parts for Xiangqi. First part was preliminaries, and second part was the final one. The first preliminaries, there was this really strong guy called Jeremy Neal. Hello Jeremy, if you're watching this video. So the second one, I was facing against him. And I played completely differently from how I played. I was scared. Of course, he went 5-0 while I went 3-2. I barely got to finals while he swept the whole floor. Obviously, I was scared. So I self-sabotaged myself. I decided to play worse. I decided to play like dog shit, and I can cover it up and say, hey guys, I threw my round. It's actually because I threw, not because it was strong. Nonsense. But it was my way to hide my 14 years old ego up, such that you don't cry and whatnot. But now, after playing for so many rounds, no, this mentality sucks. Self-sabotage will never get you anywhere. And I think you should, in whatever game, you want to go pro in ML, League of Legends, chess, shogi, Go, whatever, always fight them to your bitter end. Don't look away from strong players. Don't. If they're stronger than you, there's a reason for that. And every time you fight them, there's always something to learn. And if you do look away, then you're just denying yourself. Then you already admitted that you lost. There's no... Let's just take League of Legends Worlds, for example. I am a big League of Legends fan. I watch pro scene, I support G2, and what makes me support G2 so much is because they are the underdogs. They know they can't win. They are not the favourites to win, but they try every year. They always try to win. If they look... that's how the 2019 run happened, right? They won against SKT Faker, and then they got their MSI trophy, and they were almost going to get to win Worlds. Then FPX came along and trashed them. But the story still remains. If they already conceded to Faker, they say, shit, I can't win against Faker. Well, time to move on. Yeah, you aren't going to win then. You aren't going to win anybody if you never even put yourself out there. Gods can bleed, people can make blunder, you just need to be there. You just need to take them down. It just takes one mistake for them to go down. Same thing for any difficult task, honestly. I have students that give up writing compositions. Oh yeah, I'm also a tutor, by the way. Why are you giving up? You haven't even started. Do you know how frustrating that is as a tutor? When the people just say, I can't do this question. I know, I don't know. You haven't even fucking tried, bitch. And there's the sense of perseverance. There's the sense of resilience that you need to have when you're going to be a competitive Xiangqi player. For my Xiangqi, I think, Zhongyangpei, I was against Singapore national representative in the first round. I didn't know who the fuck he is. I think if I had knew, I think I would have be more scared. But I just played how I usually played. And it was a very close match. I actually have the paper here. my coach analyzed the game for me, and I could show that as a gameplay, game analysis some other day. But I was this close to the national representative of Singapore. And because I tried myself, sure, maybe he's not playing his best or whatnot, but that's on him. I still gave it my all, and we know that the difference isn't as big as I would like to call it. Yep, I think that will be it for number 2. Number 3 will be... This one applies to chess. Chess players, Xiangqi players, shogi players. Any game that requires you to think about your next move, you will be having a lot of uncertainty. Now, the very common mistake of playing fast is because you want to get it over with. You see a best move, you play the best move. You see a good move, then it may not turn as good. You're just playing on instinct. Why do people play this? It's because they're uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable if their move is the best or not. They will always have to calculate on and on, trying to justify their moves and whatnot. For me, for example, I feel very uncomfortable playing longer games, I have to admit. When I was in year 1, 2022, I had this problem where if the game gets too long, I get very nervous. I get very anxious because I don't know what is coming next. It got so bad that I think I started scratching my nails and whatnot, trying to think of every single possibility. And then you have to doubt yourself saying, am I overthinking this? Am I thinking this wrong? What should I do here? What is he doing? What's his plan? And so on and so forth. That's that uncertainty. You don't know what's your best move. You don't know what to do. And you're just thinking and you're trying to convert it into something. If there's no clear path, it gets even harder and harder for you to play. And as a competitive player, you must be able to deal with that. You must be able to sit with the uncertainty of your moves and play from there. There is no way that you can guarantee 100% of the time that you are going to play the best move. Unless you're my coach or whatever. There's no way. There's a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, and plus you're on a clock. I get the feeling of anxiety that wells up. But if you want to get better in chess, shogi, go, or Xiangqi, you have to deal with it. You have to sit with that feeling and try to find a solution. It's a lot like research not a lot like research because we have AI now, but in math research, they don't have a solution to some unsolved problems, right? So they will have to keep on digging and not even knowing if what they're doing is correct or wrong. They're trying to find new discoveries. But for Xiangqi as well, in the game itself, there's no way you can know whether is it correct or wrong. Especially in a complicated mid-game. That one will take a while for you to analyze it after the game and whatnot. And there's always going to be a tension there. You must, if you want to get better at the game, handle it. You must sit with it and continuously calculate if there's an answer. Maybe there's no answer, who knows? But relating back to my second point, still try to fight to the bitter end. Alright, just to summarize. Number 1 is just to learn to love something, even though you're not good at it. Even though you suck at it, just learn to love it. Don't have any expectations of yourself when you're first starting out. Come on, everyone's gonna fail. You're not going to become a genius, like once or twice. The second one is don't look away from strong players. When you're playing games or whatever, if you have a strong opponent, don't sabotage. You must fight to the bitter end and don't try to look away. If you do, you already considered the game. And the third one will be sitting with the uncertainty and discomfort. Take your time, think through everything, even though how uncomfortable it is, even though it is frightening, the anxiety is welling up. Try to manage it. Try to self-regulate yourself such that you can become a better player. So, those are my 3 life lessons.